You have heard the warnings, you have seen the trends, you have watched prices decline while inventory continues to grow. You have read the forums, you have listened to the podcasts, but you are not prepared. Not for what could happen in 2027. I am not talking about a normal correction. I am not talking about a recession. I'm talking about a major turning point for general aviation. Flight schools, maintenance shops, airports, airplanes, pilots, the entire community, all facing pressure at the same time, not over decades, over the next 12 to 18 months. The Great GA Reset of 2027 is not about one single event. It is about several major challenges converging at once, and very few people are prepared. Not the owners, not the dealers, not the manufacturers, not the regulators, not the associations. Almost nobody. Let me start with a story. A friend of mine runs a flight school at a small airport in the Midwest. He owns 10 airplanes, Cessna 172s, Piper Cherokees, a couple of Diamonds. He has been in business for 25 years. He survived 9/11. He survived the financial crisis of 2008. He survived COVID. He believed he could survive anything. Last week, he told me he is closing the business. Not next year, not next month, next week. The numbers simply no longer work. Insurance increased by 40%. Fuel costs climbed 50%. Maintenance costs rose 30%. Students are dropping out. Instructors are leaving. The airport itself is discussing closure. He is selling his airplanes at auction and walking away. He told me many small flight schools across America are facing the same reality. Not because they want to close, because financially they may have no choice. Here is the truth. The challenges facing general aviation are not coming from one direction. They are coming from several directions at the same time. Each problem is significant on its own. Together, they create enormous pressure. Let me explain the 5 biggest issues and why they matter now. Challenge number 1, fuel uncertainty. The EPA has established a path toward eliminating leaded avgas by 2030, but markets react long before deadlines arrive. Refineries are adjusting production. Distributors are raising prices. Some FBOs are reducing availability. Flying a Cessna 172 could become dramatically more expensive over the next several years. Flight schools cannot continue raising prices forever. Students cannot continue paying more forever. Eventually, enrollment slows. Flight schools struggle. Private owners begin selling. More airplanes remain parked. Challenge number 2, airworthiness directives. The FAA continues issuing new ADs for aging aircraft. Every directive adds inspections, replacement parts, recurring maintenance, or additional labor. Maintenance budgets continue increasing. Annual inspections become more expensive. Older aircraft require more attention. Some owners decide the costs no longer make financial sense. They postpone repairs. Others decide to sell. More airplanes enter the market. Challenge number 3, insurance costs. Insurance companies continue facing higher claim costs. Premiums have increased for many aircraft owners, in some cases dramatically. Owners are forced to make difficult decisions. Some reduce coverage, others stop flying. Flight schools also face higher operating costs. Insurance becomes another major financial burden. Challenge number 4, the mechanic shortage. The average A&P mechanic continues getting older. Aviation schools are not graduating enough replacements. Many new mechanics choose airline or corporate careers instead of general aviation maintenance. The result is longer wait times, higher hourly labor rates, and growing maintenance costs. Shops are booked months in advance. Owners wait longer and pay more. Challenge number 5, demographics. The average general aviation pilot continues getting older. Many aircraft owners are reaching retirement. Thousands of airplanes will eventually enter the used market. The question is whether enough younger buyers will replace those owners. Active private pilot numbers have gradually declined over time. Fewer new pilots entering aviation means fewer future aircraft buyers. Now put those 5 challenges together. Fuel becomes more expensive. Maintenance becomes more expensive. Insurance becomes more expensive. Mechanics become harder to find. The buyer population shrinks. Every challenge reinforces the others. That combination creates enormous pressure on aircraft values, ownership costs, and the overall health of general aviation. Let me pause here. Think about your own situation. What airplane do you own? What is it worth today? What might it be worth several years from now? What is your long-term plan? Go to the comments. Tell me, because decisions made today may matter far more than decisions made later. If you own an older certified airplane, you should understand both the opportunities and the risks. Values may continue changing. Ownership costs may continue increasing. Planning ahead becomes increasingly important. Here is my advice. If you own an airplane that is expensive to maintain, difficult to insure, heavily dependent on 100LL, or becoming increasingly difficult to support, seriously evaluate your options now. Do not assume the market will automatically improve. Consider whether selling, upgrading, or changing ownership strategies makes financial sense for your situation. Every owner's circumstances are different. If you are buying an airplane, think carefully about long-term operating costs rather than just purchase price. Consider aircraft with clear support for unleaded fuel, lower maintenance requirements, reasonable insurance costs, and strong parts availability. Light sport aircraft, experimentals, modern certified singles, turbine aircraft if your budget allows. Think about ownership over the next 10 years, not just today. If you operate a flight school, diversify your training fleet where possible. Look at light sport aircraft, simulators, more fuel-efficient options. Every reduction in operating costs helps keep training affordable for students. If you manage an airport, prepare for change. Explore sustainable aviation fuel. Consider future infrastructure. Attract new businesses. Attract new pilots. Build for the next generation instead of relying only on traditional piston aviation. If you are a mechanic, continue expanding your skills. Learn newer aircraft. Light sport airplanes, experimental aircraft, emerging propulsion systems. The industry is changing, and mechanics who adapt will remain in demand. If you are a pilot, stay flexible. Evaluate ownership honestly. Renting may make sense for some pilots. Flying clubs may provide better value. Modern aircraft may offer lower long-term costs than maintaining older legacy airplanes. Every situation is different, but adapting early is usually easier than adapting late. Let me pause again. I want you to think about your own plan. What is your plan for 2027? Are you selling, holding, upgrading, joining a club? Go to the comments. Tell me. The more we discuss these challenges openly, the better prepared we become. Markets change, industries change, aviation changes. But the reason we fly never changes. We fly because we love flying. The airplanes may change, the technology may change, the fuel may change, but the sky remains the same. Here is my final thought. General aviation is entering a period of major transition. Fuel, maintenance, insurance, demographics, regulation. Every one of these forces is reshaping the future. The outcome is not predetermined. It depends on how pilots, owners, businesses, and communities respond. Complaining will not solve these problems. Planning will. Adapting will. Investing in the next generation will. Supporting airports, mechanics, instructors, and new pilots will. General aviation has survived enormous challenges before. It can survive again, but only if we are willing to evolve with it. The future of aviation is still being written. The question is whether we choose to help write it.